Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Alex Draws. On today's Alex Draws, we actually have a request, and it's from Robert Shattuck. Here's the request, and it's from Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time. It's actually one of my favorite Legend of Zelda games, so let's get straight to it. So for this picture, I want to actually have the background of the actual boss fight with Ganon. So it's going to kind of be the stained glass windows, like here, 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 maybe 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in front of that, we're going to have Ganon, which right now is just a little mess. And maybe with his left hand, he'll be holding up Link, and Link is gonna kind of be like getting choked or whatnot. So he's just gonna kind of be like that, and Ganon is gonna be like this, and it's gonna have to be Ocarina of Time Ganon. He's got this thing on his head, got that spiky hair. Alright, so this is the first doodle stage. You guys are probably familiar with it by now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fine tune it a couple of times, draw over, and then color, then Photoshop. So let's get to that. So now we have this second one, and this one is just a better sketching of this. So what we're going to do is, the next thing I'm going to do is kind of do the outline for the actual body and where it's going to be. That way I can then just go in and fill in the details. Although I did Ganon, I sketched him more neatly. I still didn't actually sketch out Link neatly yet, so I'm gonna do that as well. But when we sketch the outlines, what we're gonna be doing is kind of going like this. So we know, okay, here's his face, here's where it's gonna be. Here's his shoulder, here's where it's gonna be. Here's his hand, and here's where it's gonna be. You know, like all this kind of stuff. His chest, and then his arm, and probably the majority of his arm is going to be covered by Link's elbow. But so I'm going to just do that right now. So now we have this. It may look a little weird because it should look weird right now, but it's now the basis of what's going to be drawn. So now it's, for me at least, it's easier to just be like, okay, look, now Link's hair is going to be here, his nose is going to be here, lips here. Has the tunic, so the tunic's going to be here. That's his shoulder and his elbow. His shirt's going to be here. You know, now already we're just filling in what needs to be drawn, and there, it's like that's basically Link now. Ganondorf, he has this thing, like the, I guess, cape tunic thing. That goes like that. This goes like that. Neck, and I'm gonna have this go this way, but the rest of his body stuff, like that stuff, have it go the normal way. So kind of doing it off of memory. I actually don't have a photo this time, but if I need to look up how his costume actually looks, I'm going to go in, I'm going to look it up just to make sure I'm doing it as accurately as possible. So I'm just going to finish up this ugly sketch and make it neat. But before I do that, I'm going to actually just blow this up a bit, and I'm going to fix the centering as well. Oh, here we have it. Here it is. It looks super awesome. I did a line here so I could color it all in white, because I know later on I'm going to need that anyway. And then I'm just going to do it in color, and I'm going to color it in. Then I'm going to export one with outlines and export one the white with the lines. That way I can shade it the way I want to. So I'm going to color it right now. So here we have the standard picture of him, the one without lines, and the one with lines. So I'm going to actually do new document. We have a 1280 by 720 stage this time around. So like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the stained glass window look. So first thing I have to do is get the color, and I'm going to color this in. Then next thing I'm going to do is shading around the edges. Then I have to make it bigger and shape it after, just so it has the rounded look. But for now I'm just going to do this, then filter, stained glass, and I want to darken it just to make it look better. Then what I'm going to be setting up is having the 4. Then I'm going to curve them a bit, and then I'm going to fix them up. So here we have the stained glass windows. We're missing the backing here behind it. It's just going to be a darker color than this. So let's just do that now. Darker, darker. Whoops. Something like that, maybe lighter. And then the floor, we're going to be doing how it actually is in the game, which is like a platform here with lines. So I'm going to draw that right now. So here you have it. This is the background. That's the tiles. Usually there's a platform. There's like a hole in the middle, platform, another hole, and like then you start off there, and Ganon's kind of floating above. So when we put it in, we're going to want Ganon to be right about here. So let's put the background behind Ganon. So here we have them in front of the background. It already looks kind of good. So what we're going to do is first draw the hair. So to do that, I'm going to do a new layer, zoom in, get a darker color than his actual hair. Then I'm going to get a brush, use the right texture that I have specifically set for hair, zoom out a bit, and color this in. Make the brush a little bigger though. And basically do strokes like this to make it look like hair. Then I'm going to do darker strokes to make it look like there's separation between the lines of hair. So here we have the hair. Since we drew it on a separate layer, it's actually separated from the drawing. So if we take out the drawing, we have the hair, and I also colored in the eyes. So now we have the hair in the eyes, hair in the eyes, hair in the eyes, hair in the eyes. Okay, so now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get rid of this layer, and I'm going to shade the other layer without the lines using this layer here as an overlay. Has an overlay of 3, which is like nothing, and then let me just get rid of this. Has an overlay of 3, and this one has a hue of 17 because I want to get a certain look onto the unshaded picture. So here we have the shaded Ganon. I did a dark area around his eyes because there's a lot of shadow around his eyes, as from what I've seen. And now we just have to shade Link. To do that, I actually separated him onto a different layer, so I didn't have to, because when I was shading Ganon, I got like a little dark area over here, and I didn't want to continually messing up. So I'm going to do that on a separate layer now. Okay, so here is the finished product. Let me just show you. It's like a little difference without this and with this, but I think it makes a good enough difference where it makes it look a little bit better with it. Link doesn't have his weapons. Assumingly they have fallen. Ganon has his Kape, and he kind of looks angry. There's something about this image I do not like. I believe it's Ganon's face. For some reason it's bothering me like crazy. But this is the finished product, and I'm gonna have to deal with it. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you are continuing to enjoy the Alex Draws series. I've been getting a good amount of requests, and I'm very happy about that. I got a couple of requests on DeviantArt. I have a lot of requests on Facebook that I'm still working on. So thank you guys, and if you have any requests, just leave it below, and I will definitely get to work on it. I really love doing this. It's actually extremely fun. And don't worry about any other series that we have, because they will be released. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.